Rookie Cook Hugh here. Tonight I'm going to cook Sri Lankan chicken curry. If dinner was ready, this is what it would look like. Hey everyone, Rookie Cook Hugh here. Welcome back into my kitchen. For the first time I start cooking dinners as my partner is away tonight. What I'm going to start cooking is a Sri Lankan chicken curry and learn how to use everything that I have here ready to go. So I'm going to cook a curry because this is my first time and I'm going to start learning. I can't produce all of the goods from scratch, so I am going to use a sauce to help me along the way. But what I've decided to do is to split the cooking up a little bit. I'm going to prepare all the vegetables and the meat. Then I'm going to get ready the naan bread that'll go in the oven and also the cooking of the rice. Because they're going in a curry, what I'm actually going to do is chop them a certain way, just so that they all are evenly the same size in the pan. So we go lengthways, we go down the middle, we turn it on its side, and we go down the middle. And then you chop it at the end, watching your fingers. That's how we chop potatoes for the curry. So they're nice and chunky and they don't get too mushy. So now we're going to chop the chicken. These are 2 chicken breasts. Would be enough for 4 people. There's obviously 3 of us eating tonight, but this would provide an extra portion of leftovers. Clearly with handling meat, we keep it on separate chopping boards. We have cleaned all this bench before we've used it, but it's really important that you obviously cut the meat to the size you guys want to eat. We like to have chunkier size pieces of chicken in the curry. The teenagers like to see quite a bit of sized pieces, so we do leave them quite sizable. All I do is measure out the rice. I'm going to do it above it here. And we're going to do that again. Just level it out a bit. Sometimes it can take a little bit more. And then we're going to fill it up to number 2. And it's okay if you put in a little bit extra rice. That's coming up to 2 now. I'm just going to use all the water I have there. Now, if you put in a little bit extra water, that's fine. But what I'm going to do now is put the lid back on. And then 12 minutes to cook the rice. And when you know dinner's nearly ready, then you just click that button down and it engages the cooking process. So the light comes on, and then when it's ready, it'll turn itself off and just keep everything warm. So now I'm just going to prepare the vegetables that go in. I call these hidden vegetables. We've got a carrot, a zucchini, and an onion. All we're going to do is just blend them up. Fussy teenagers like to pick at the vegetables that they know that are in there. So blending them up allows them to just hide everything in it. Using a blender. This is only the second time I've ever used a blender. It's very straightforward. It has a good safety device in it that allows you from hurting you, stops you from hurting yourself. You just put the mechanism down, find where it matches up. You might just have to sometimes maneuver it a little bit. For the first few times you use it, click it down, the motor goes on top, it only sits in a certain way, it's clicked in, and literally all we have to do is just put in the vegetables and blend them. So I'll do that now, might get a bit noisy. Now I need to probably push some of them down, there's some big ones along there I've noticed. So I'm going to open this, I'll put them there for a second. And just get a dooblack in here, just push that down. I think this is a baking spoon, but I'm sure we can try this. So that's just, not all the vegetables are blended properly. So we're just going to go back and do that again. Just match up the blade with the spinner thing and just go again. Okay, there's something about blending vegetables, but that feels good. So that's blending the vegetables, and we'll open them up to show you. That's all the hidden vegetables. Okay, I've accidentally done something wrong. I picked up this and I realized it's the coolest thing ever. So normally a spoon would not get all the bits down at the bottom, but this thing with the edge goes right down the bottom and gets all the vegetables out in one go. How cool is that? So now we're going to start cooking. Put the heat on, medium heat. Some vegetable oil. We're going to use vegetable oil, not other type of oil. You could use coconut oil. And then we're going to let the pan heat up and cook some chicken. And then we're going to add the chicken. So now it's just about 2-3 minutes cooking. The chicken's browned lightly. So now I'm going to start adding the vegetables. So we've got the blended hidden vegetables. Stir that in. Still keeping all the heat on the pan as normal. And we're going to add a little bit of garlic as well. Notice I didn't add the garlic at the start. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of garlic. The garlic we store in the fridge. It's a just saves us chopping it up. So we're going to stir that through as well. Didn't put the garlic in at the start. Apparently it burns the garlic if you put it on when it's on its own and there's nothing else with it. So we just add it in after there's other ingredients in there. We'll add the potatoes. And we'll add the simmer sauce because it's all going to cook in the one pan. So just squeeze out the last bit of that. And then I'm going to add some coriander as well. This is some flavoring. So, coriander seeds ground. And then the last thing we're going to add is the coconut milk, which we won't do till right to the end. And we'll come back to that. So we'll stir it up, keep stirring it, let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Keep the heat on it. So now I've just put a lid on it to just keep all that goodness in and not let it evaporate. And then what I'm going to do is just turn down the heat a little bit. So it's going to keep simmering, and all the potatoes and all the veg and all the chicken are going to get cooked at the same time. We're not trying to cook one over the other. We're just putting them all in one big pot. You could cook this in a pot, in a wok, in a deep saucepan. The reason we picked this deep saucepan is there's quite a lot of liquid in it and it stops it from splashing out. But I've also got a lid for this one, so we've put a lid on. It's got a little nozzle here that allows the steam out. We've turned the range hood off. It's impacting the microphone a little bit, so till I get used to everything, that's where we are. So now we're about 15 minutes in. It's the cooking. I'm going to open it again to check. Yeah, it needs another stir. Might just turn it down slight bit more. It's starting to kind of get a little bit stuck in the corners there. Best to check it. So it's cooking through. What we're really looking for is the potatoes. Once the potatoes start to soften, we know then everything else will be cooked. The chicken is obviously smaller pieces, so it will be all cooked. All the vegetables will be cooked. But once the potatoes start to soften a little, which should be probably another 5 minutes, we should be all ready then. Okay, so I've just made a big rookie mistake. I've just tried some of the potato to see if it's cooked, and it clearly is boiling hot. So I've just burnt some in my mouth. So I'm just having a cold drink of water. But anyway, I've reduced the heat down. We're at about the 25-minute mark. It's very nearly done. So what I'm going to do now is the heat's completely down at a very low. You may not be able to see it properly there, but I'm going to pour in the coconut milk. Now this is full cream coconut milk, so it's okay to have a little bit of heat on this. It won't spoil it. So apparently this is a product of Thailand. So thank you very much to the people of Thailand for your coconut milk. It is beautiful. And it clearly changes color as well. Once you put all that beautiful white liquid in, it changes the look of the curry. And this is what I actually like. This is why I like the dish the most. It's a very colorful dish, and It's very tasty. The sweetness of the coconut milk really does bring it through. So we'll let that just heat up a little bit. It's still on a low heat, and we'll keep the lid off. It should be all done because I'm just having the oven on and just waiting for the naan bread to finish. So now I've got the oven ready to put in the naan bread. So I'm going to grill it. The griller going. Pop it in. Takes about 2 minutes to heat up, 2-3 minutes to heat up. And then we'll get that grilled and we're ready to go. Gonna take them out, flick them over, and get them done on both sides. Done. Just be very careful when we get them out. Sometimes there's quite a lot of steam in them. So, welcome back. Rookie Cooking with Hugh. Sri Lankan chicken curry, all served up. We have the rice with the sauce and the vegetables and the chicken. We have naan bread, crispy. Sometimes we fill it up with bits and pieces. We have some peanuts just to add a little bit extra. We have fried shallots and we have coriander. Our rice, everything else is Australian except for the coconut milk, and the rice comes from India. So thank you to the people of India for their rice. And that's it, that's everything. Follow me if you any questions, send them through. But that's my first meal that I've ever cooked with Rookie Cooking with Hugh.